view. What the boss's view. You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.
All right, welcome, guys, to YMA Nation podcast, episode number 38.
38.
Number 38, and it is my show today.
It's his show.
Wealth Building Monday.
Yay.
Man, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm like super excited.
Okay.
Like,
tell us why.
Times 10.
Times 10.
Because you know what today's topic is?
What's today's topic?
How to become a millionaire.
Let's get it. Hold on. Let's go.
Let's go. Hashtag let's go. Down in the comment section, hashtag YMA Nation. And for our drawing that we will have at the end of the month, all you have to do just hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section.
Do it.
If you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Do that too.
And then take 5 seconds and just share.
These are a lot of things to do, but it really don't take that long. So just do it.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Really, if you're on your phone, the click like, that's like 1 second, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to scroll down on my hashtag YMA Nation. That's like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just click share. That's
Yeah.
like 2 seconds. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about how to become a millionaire. And there's a lot of things online right now that tells you like how to become a millionaire, and you read it and they want you to buy something like a book or something to download, and you read through it and it kind of gives you like the overcast of it, you know, like, hey, if you want to make $1 million, you got to be self-driven, motivated,
right?
You got to go work hard. There's not luck. And then you read these things and okay, you get excited, but I feel it's even more important to have the steps.
Okay.
Give me the steps where I can actually take the information and go step by step and use these steps to become a millionaire.
Okay.
The whole cast out there right now that's filming, they're excited for the show today because they want to become a millionaire. So they want to say, how can I follow these steps too? Let's get going. How to become a millionaire. We're going to go over the key components. So I feel that it's very important to not just have the goal to obtain the money or the status, right? Like to achieve it, you have to understand what are the key components to it, right?
Okay.
Because I could give you $5 million right now, and that $5 million could be gone in a year or 2 years. And what will you have to show for it? But taking that money and going out and experimenting, but
right.
Not having the foundation and the understanding of how to take that and turn that where it becomes consistent revenue and doing the right strategic investments.
Okay.
So one of the key components is you have to understand how to plan. So, and what I mean by that, because again, I said I was going to have it broke down. To be able to plan mean that if I have a vision or a goal, I understand all the steps that it takes to achieve that goal. So I can't say that we are going to hop in the car right now and drive down to Miami, and I don't know how many miles it is, how long it's going to take, how much money I need for gas. You know, it takes planning. So we say, okay, like here's the date. It's going to take 10 hours. That means I'm going to need to stop. I'm going to fill up now. And then I'm probably going to have to fill up around Jacksonville. And so, and how much is the gas? So it's probably going to take like $40 of gas on the first fill up. Then to get to Jacksonville, that's another $40. By the time I get down to Miami, I'm on like a quarter tank. So I might as well fill up again.
Right.
So I'm thinking all of that money right there, that's like $100 in gas going down there, $100 in gas to get back. And your dreams and your passions in life, you have to be able to plan out the steps just like that.
Right. And we've talked about that a lot in previous episodes as well, like proper planning, business plans for business owners, just all together.
Right, because that
what you need to do to plan,
exactly.
even our other episodes with Friday football and Real Estate Wednesday. We talk about planning in certain aspects as well.
Even buying a house, right? You got to be able to plan it out, right?
Right.
If I want to buy a house, how much is that house? What am I going to need? Like, where do my credit need to be at? So I need to take the steps to achieve that. Right? All that goes into planning.
Right.
Financial literacy. Why is that important? What that means is having an understanding and have a understanding of how to do a budget, how to spend, what to spend on, how to understand a return on my investment, ROI. All of these things are important because, again, if I give you $5 million and you don't know how to plan, you don't know how to budget the money, you don't understand what a gross is, what a net is, then that's a lack of financial
literacy.
There you go. That's
well,
important.
I think that's like probably more important than even planning, because your financial literacy is personal, it's business, it's like every aspect of your life. You need to know where every dollar that you spend goes.
Why is that important? Because in every aspect of your life, whether you're trying to start a business, become an entrepreneur, or you just an hourly employee, you need to understand how to manage your finances. So it's important.
And we talk about that in buying a house. Like, how do you know how much house you can buy if you don't budget and you don't know where your money's going, or you can't save money to be able to put down a down payment and pay your closing costs and things like that. So all of these are not just, I mean, they're important to the topic of becoming a millionaire, but they're vital in every single aspect of your life.
It is, because even if, say you had a great idea right now and you launched a product or a service, and it just caught on. That's why you see people, they'll win the Cash 5 or whatever the pick thing, and they blow through the money because of a lack of financial literacy. And understanding how to maintain the money after you start to make it. How do I maintain this money?
Or just thought is, they're like, well, I have all this money and I had this great idea once upon a time, and I think I just want to do this without planning it out.
Right. So they just dump their money, just start dumping money into it.
Well, I always wanted to open a clothing store. I think I want to open a clothing store.
Right.
And then they dump all their money into that clothing store, and they don't understand marketing. They don't understand the brands they need to bring in there.
They don't understand the location is key. The road traffic of that location is key. Right. They haven't checked the demographics of the area.
They're like, oh, I like that building. I want to put a clothing store in there.
Nice building.
Yeah, it's a nice building.
Right.
And then they dump all their money into that thing, and it doesn't bring them any ROI or return. It doesn't bring them any return because they haven't planned that out before they invested all their money in there.
Right. The next thing is you have to be motivated, right? And that's all times. If you want to become a millionaire, it's not just today I got up, I'm excited, and then tomorrow I'm lazy, tomorrow I'm tired, and then the next day I may be, it's all the time I'm driven, motivated to my goals.
a question?
Sure.
Or get you to explain a difference.
Okay.
Because a lot of times I think people mistake motivation, like impatience for motivation, or motivation for impatience, meaning they want something right then. And they're like, well, I want it. I want to go. I want it right now. But that's not
being
motivated,
right? Motivation takes you, it's like if I find out about something and I'm motivated about it and then I move on it, and that, if I understand that it's going to take me 6 months to achieve that goal, those 6 months I'm doing everything like, oh, I got to go get a business license. I got to get a license for this. I got to get the certification for this. I got to take these classes. But I'm excited all the way during those 6 months.
Right.
And patience is that I found out about something, the same thing, and I know it's 6 months, but I'm upset or I'm frustrated because in month one, like, it's taking too long.
Right.
But you knew that it's 6 months. Like, so to open up this venue or whatever you're trying to do, there's a time. There's a time frame. And impatience is just like, I want it to become faster. I want it now.
Right.
The next thing is persistence, right? And we're going to talk about persistence and consistency and the difference between both. So being persistent just meaning that, you know, I got to drive to not just accept no. So if I go to the bank and the bank say, you know what, we're sorry, we can't, your business is too new or the industry that you're in, so sorry, we can't approve the loan for you.
Right.
Then you say, you know what, I'm not going to give up. Let me go to Bank B. Bank B said no, let me go to Bank C. Bank C said no, let me go to Bank D. Right? And that's being persistent.
Right.
Right. So that's one thing that you have to become a millionaire.
Not everyone's going to say yes.
Not everyone's going to say yes. Not even your family when it comes to buying your product or your service. Everyone's not going to take that step towards it. Right. So you have to be okay with that. Because I see a lot of times people say your friends don't support you. And that's okay. Right. Because I may know someone, my best friend may start a tie brand, and I might not like the colors. I may buy a couple, you know, just because he's starting off, and I'm trying to support. Right. But I may not be like that long-term buyer,
a repeat customer, right?
Unless I'm just doing it, I'll buy one, you know, just. But
well, we see it all the time, even in real estate. Like everybody wants to become a real estate agent.
Oh yeah.
So
until they in it.
Till they in it, but that's a different topic for a different day. But
and if that's your passion, go after it, right?
Right.
And find,
I mean, you may have this person you know is an agent and this person you know is an agent. And I was having a conversation with an agent the other day, and I'm not going to get too far off the topic because I know you got your list. But she was saying, well, you know, how do, you know, you really get into it, because I've been in it for like 18 months, and when do you really see the turn of clients and stuff like that? I said, well, typically you start with your family and friends, and then you rely on referral business,
word of mouth.
But not everybody's like, you may not be suited for me as a client because our personalities may not mesh, they may not match,
right? And
that's okay. So sometimes it's just about understanding how to communicate with different personality types to be able to expand your clientele base. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the same thing with what you were talking about. It may be, like you said, you may have a tie brand, but it's not your colors. It's not something that you would wear on a daily basis or a weekly basis. So you may do something small to support, but you're not going to be that long-term.
Right. Consistency is being able to repeat. Mm-hmm. When things get rough, you're there. You're being consistent. Like there's a habit. Like you wake up, there's a routine that you're in. You know, I got to get up. I got to get these tasks done, and this is day over day. Being consistent. A lot of people start off and they're just not consistent because people are starting to buy. Mm-hmm. And they're not sending out the orders. They're not, so you have to be like on it, consistent. You got to be consistent. $1 million, you got to be consistent. How to become that millionaire. The next key thing is you can't be afraid of debt, right? Debt, people think of like, I don't want to start off. I don't want to take on debt. So, and they may start here. Okay, I'm going to save up $1,000 and I'm going to go in. I'm going to start this. And then once I get started, then I'm going to keep saving up my money. And then I'm going to like hopefully sell items. Hopefully I can sell like 10 of these items because that's all I can afford to buy right now. Then when I sell those, I'm going to buy more. But you can't be afraid of taking on debt because almost every large corporation that started with debt. Every large corporation started like, if I'm going to open up a new division in a new state, then I may need to take out a loan on that, and I'm gonna have my plan to say if I invest $40,000 into this new location, how long is it going to take me to break even? And I'm going to have a break even analysis, and that's going to tell me after that date and that debt is paid off, then that money that I was paying back towards that debt and interest now becomes profit for me.
Right, because most people just don't have cash to go dump into whatever their business platform or their investment is going to be.
Right.
And even if you bring on an investor because you want to take on less debt, you're still giving up part of your equity most of the time, or you're going to pay back the investor in interest. So it's the same
right and
concept.
How long would it take you to save up $40,000 or to move enough products or service to get the $40,000
right.
to expand? So if you have a plan laid out and say, well, if I sell X amount, then I can actually get $40,000 in 7 years. But 7 years, is your product still in hot demand?
Right. And that's why they created, like Shark Tank. You have people that have reached a plateau. A lot of those people are already in debt because they've invested everything that they can, and everything that they've made it back into their product, their service, their company. And they're at a point where if they want to get to where they're actually making money, they need that investor to come in and help, lower cost of production, or,
get new equipment.
Right. Anything to help that profit margin expand.
You see a lot of people go on Shark Tank and say, I put up my house. My parents gave me X amount of money. But I
started in my garage, and I need to go
debt.
to a building now, and I don't have funds to move to the building.
The next thing is cut out the excuses. If you want to be a millionaire, I'm telling you, anyone that's going to work alongside or help you, the last thing they want to become accustomed to is hearing you make excuses. You got to be accountable at all times. If you have a mistake, man up to it and create a solution. But you got to be accountable at all times. It's okay to make errors, but
you're going to as a business owner.
Right.
Your business
all the
can't
time.
grow if you don't make mistakes.
Right. Every millionaire will tell you they have made a bad investment at some point, or a bad decision at some point. And that's okay. But you have to be accountable. You can't like point the finger at why everything went wrong. You have to be accountable at all times. I always try to be accountable. So it's a great habit to build. All right. The next thing, because we're going to talk about how. We're going to get to the how. I know that's what everybody's waiting on. Okay, Joe, tell me how now. You telling me the platform, the foundation, but tell me how. Everyone talks about generational wealth and financial independence.
Right.
Generational wealth and financial independence. The reality, I think people just throw out the words but don't understand truly what that is. Having $1 million is not generational wealth.
Right.
Having $2 million, that's not something that you're able to pass on. If you have an insurance policy and that insurance policy is $500,000, you pass that on to your kids. Hopefully they could take that money and put it into the right places and investments. generational wealth is something like 200 years. You're going to leave this earth and leave 200 to 300 years of money behind to take care of 200 to 300 years of your family.
Right.
Right. So when people say they're creating this wealth and their net worth is 400,000, but they may have made 1.5 million, that's not generational wealth. The reality is that only 1% of our population will truly ever gain generational wealth.
Right.
So I want you guys to study that. So when you guys say the term, I'm creating that type of wealth, you truly have to understand what type of money that is. When there's a person that's sitting on their net worth is $200 million, now that could carry on for 100, 200 years if it's spread out appropriately.
Right. Right.
But $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, that's not wealth. How to become a millionaire. Let's get into the details now. One thing, when you start to gain that $1 million, how are you going to do it? You got to have a dream, a vision. Like, what is it going to be? That is it going to be a service or a product? What is going to get sold to a consumer to make you $1 million? Right? Don't chase someone else's fortune. Right? When you see, like, say you say Joe, and oh man, Joe, they got the credit thing going, real estate going, they starting businesses, they helping people start businesses and business credit. I'm gonna duplicate that. But can you duplicate the hustle that goes behind it, the work, the money that's invested? And if it's not your dream and your passion, when things get tough, you're gonna be like, man, like, you're not going to be that person that give 150% because it's not your passion. Find your passion right now. And I don't mean like right now doing the episode, but like in the next week.
Well, a lot of people already know what their passion is. I think a lot of people don't act on what their passion is because of fear. Because they allow that fear, and we've talked about that
unknown,
before,
right?
Of the unknown. And a lot of times they're passionate about it, but they're comfortable and complacent where they are in life. Oh, well, I have a good job, or, this job pays the bills. This
right.
job is my, they have that security.
Yep.
But my passion is here. And even though I would love to do this because this is where my passion is and this is what I'm really good at, and this is, what I probably should be doing, they don't do it because of that fear.
Well, lose the fear. Once you have your dream or your vision that you say, I'm going to commit to this. Once you have your dream or vision, make that commitment. Once you make that commitment, don't turn back.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
Like, you go 150% towards that goal every day. You have to be able to plan it out, though.
Right.
Right. So
right.
You got to commit. Once you make the commitment, then you move on it. Like right then. People take time, or maybe I'll give it some time. Like, you move on it. I'm telling you now, move on it. You have a dream or a passion for something, move on it now, because someone else had that same vision. Someone at some point had the same vision of Amazon. Someone at some point had the same vision of Budweiser, but it was those who acted on it and
right.
brought it to fruition. So move on it. Once you move on it, like now, move. You made
right.
the decision, move on it. Go and study the market, study your product or your service so you have a core understanding of what you're going to be selling and who's your consumer.
Right. Seek help from an expert. I mean, you have, like, now in today's society, you have everything at the touch of your hands. You have phones. You can Google everything. YouTube,
podcast,
everything.
YMA Nation podcast.
YMA Financial with Joseph, who can tell you how to start your business, how to fund your business, how to do anything with your business.
That's all I do all day is help people create wealth.
Right. So it's not like you don't have resources. It's you have a whole lot more resources than they did even 50 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah. And you have successful people who started their businesses way back then and created wealth.
Once you move on it, create momentum. That means create that habit and go. You have to be on go mode. Hashtag let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. But you have to go on go mode every day. This one thing about momentum is it's like if you have a tire on the top of a hill and it start to roll downhill, it's hard to like step in front of that tire and stop that tire.
Right.
Treat your life that same way. Let it become a habit to you. Like every day, you on go mode every day.
And your attitude, and I just want to jump in because I've noticed this, like in real estate, your attitude dictates everything that's going on around you. So if your thought process and your attitude that you're projecting out is, this is going to work, we're going to do this is going to happen. This, your
attitude is very important.
Yeah, that's going to change the whole realm,
whole aura of what you're doing in that movement. Because even when you have employees around you, your attitude is important. If you come in with a poor attitude in the morning, your employees feel that.
Right.
Oh, guys, gonna be a bad day. He's pissed off today. Right. But your attitude, and even as you're growing in your business and your drive to become a millionaire, the people that you connect with as you're building that momentum, the people that you connect with, if you have a great attitude, then those people are more inspired to help you. Once you choose your product, because I'm telling you, I'm just going to take them step by step. So now you have chosen your product or your service. How do you become a millionaire? Look, everybody on the sideline, like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for. You have chosen your product or your service, and you want to make $1 million. Say you sell your product for $50. That means to make $1 million, you have to sell that product or that service 20,000 times. 20,000 times 50 is $1 million. So whatever your goal or your passion or that vision that you just envisioned just now, it has to sell for whatever your sale price is. And this is just an example. If you sell that product or service for $50, that means that you have to sell it 20,000 times to make $1 million. So are you a millionaire yet? Nope. Right? Because that's your gross. That means that's your total. I've sold this product 20,000 times for $50. I've made $1 million. But how much do it cost to make that product?
Right.
Right. And I still got to pay myself. So,
and your employees.
Right. And everything that's included.
Right.
So what's left after that? So that's your gross. So that means that, okay, if it costs me $30 to produce and all my expenses, that means it leaves me with a net of $20. So that means if I was to sell my product for I make $20 times 20,000. That means I've only made $400,000.
Right.
Right. So now $400,000. So that means, okay, I'm not a millionaire. So that means if I'm going to make $20 off of every sale, I need to sell it for $50,000. Now, not $20,000. I need to sell $50,000 of that product or service, and I'm going to make $20. So now I'm a millionaire, right? No.
Wrong.
Right, because I've sold $50,000 of that product or service, and I made $20 off of each time it's sold. Now I have $1 million, but that's not my net worth because guess what? I have to pay taxes. Right. And if you're moving that type of growth, then you're in the next tax bracket, which is going to put you around 37%. So out of that $1 million, I have to pay Uncle Sam $370,000, which put me at around $630,000. So am I a millionaire yet? Nope. So what do I need to do to become a millionaire? That means my net worth is $1 million. I need to sell 1.6 million of this product or service. So if I say 1.6 million, and I know they're going to take 37% in taxes, that means they're going to take approximately $592,000 in taxes, which is going to bring me on average $1 million. That means I need to sell 80,000 of my product or my service to become a millionaire. You think I broke that down enough? You think they understand that?
Yeah.
Now, let's go even granular. If I know I got a target goal now, this is how I'm going to become a millionaire. I'm going to sell my product or service. I need to sell 80,000. If I say, how can I become a millionaire in a year? That means that if I divide 12 into 80,000, that give me 6,666 per month. I need to sell this product or service. I need to sell 6,666 of this per month. If I divide that on average, there's approximately on average 30 days in a month. That means that I need to sell 222 of this product or service every day. 222. Now, how do I achieve selling something 222 times in a day? I have to understand marketing. I have to understand how to get this product in front of the right people to buy.
Better hope for a big contract or something.
Right, 222, right. And so it's possible. It's definitely because there's millions of people that's out there that's achieving this now.
Right. But it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Right.
It takes time.
Now you have to get with the right people now to understand I got my vision, I got my goal, and I know what I need to sell, how many I need to sell to put myself to become a millionaire.
Right.
Business plan. Your business plan is going to tell you all of that. And once you make that $1 million, guess what? You're not done, because you got to think about retirement. And you talk about financial, you want to become financially independent. That means that you need to have at least 25 times the amount of your annual spending saved up. So if you spend an average of $50,000 per year, if you average $50,000 per year, that means that if I'm 50 years old, I'm going to retire early. That means that I'm saying there's a slogan for it. It's called FIRE. FIRE. It means financial independence, retire early. You got to keep that. FIRE. Financial independence, retire early. That means that if I say I'm going to retire at 50, that means I'm going to have 25 years of savings backed up. That's $50,000 per year times 25. That puts me at $1,250,000. Am I good? What happens if I live past 75? So even though I have my savings, that means if I make $1 million and that's my net worth, I need to still put up enough to retire on. And after I have that 1.25 sitting to the side, now I need to focus on investments. I need to create a portfolio now of like stocks and bonds and annuities, real estate. Right? Because now after I retire, I don't want to just drain my account. I don't just want to pull all my savings out. I want to continuously make money every day.
And if y'all watch the real estate episodes, I talk about wealth building and wealth over building wealth
equity,
over a long period of time, and how that helps your family even after you're gone by having real estate investments and properties that are going to continue to
pay you out.
Build equity, right, and pay you out.
Right.
And that's something they have. We had a client, I'm just going to give this quick example because I know we got to go. We had a client whose sister passed away and left, I think, 2 or 3 properties. They were able to sell those properties off and for like millions. They didn't keep them. They sold them off because it was just too much for them to maintain. But they still had... Put them
in a position that could carry them for life.
Right. It put them in a position where they could reinvest or, pay debts off and be debt free and then have money still saved. So real estate, definitely a great investment.
how to become a millionaire. So
He told y'all, so you just gotta listen.
and if you have to sell 222 products or a service every day, then you need to learn how to make money while you sleep. You need to learn to create a process or an operation that work while you sleep.
Yeah.
And so you become hands off while that business is steady creating
Operating.
money. That's right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for Wealth Building Monday, episode number 38.
Yes.
Episode number 38. Make sure you like, comment, give your feedback down in the comment section. If you have any comments, questions, leave it down in the comment section. Make sure you hashtag YMA Nation, hashtag Let's Go. If you don't know about Let's Go, you will be hearing about it coming very soon.
And Real Estate Wednesday.
And we will see you guys on this upcoming Wednesday for Real Estate Wednesday. That'll be brought to you by
View what the boss's view. You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.